Hey there, it's Duke Ferguson, owner, CEO, and master trainer of Unleashed Potential Canine and creator of Dog Training Genesis. I want to share with you today a little video and a tip on a product that I really like. By far none. As you know, I don't feed from a dog dish. I don't recommend people ever feeding from a dog dish, but this is one of the closest things that I will do when I'm not training or I'm not making the dogs hunt or work for their meals. This is kind of a dog dish. What it's called is the Bob-a-Lot, and it's made by Starmark. This provides hours of mental stimulation. Basically, it's a treat dispenser or food dispenser. Okay, there's adjustable openings in it. It's very tough, very durable. Why I like it is I can give it to my dogs and they have to work still for their meals. So there's not just a free dish that they here you get it. So when I'm not working them, or if I'm not throwing it out, getting them to hunt for it, sometimes I'll just throw it in their kennel. But this is something that will keep them occupied mentally. You know, it's good for their nose. They bob it around and they search for the food. And I'll show you a quick little demonstration. But how this works, it's pretty simple. You take the top off, and this stuff is actually really good solid plastic. Why I like it versus some of the balls, like I've tried a lot of products. Some of the things, there's the tricky treat balls, they're pretty good too, but the problem is the dogs roll it all over the place. Where I live here, balls roll over the bank sometimes, so there's certain products that are just not so good for me here. I could set this down. For the most part, if a dog is working at it, they can be in the same room with me. I can watch them. When it gets empty, it can get used as a toy. What happens is the dogs will pick it up and take it. It's not meant for a chew toy, okay? What I call this is a pacifier, all right? That's one of the toys. If you ever hear me call anything a pacifier, it's basically something that keeps them busy, occupied, to work at it, all right? But this helps prevent destructive behaviors. It prevents dogs from getting bored. It helps them, you know, physically and mentally because they're searching for their meals. I'm just gonna take the packaging off it. I do have other ones here, but I just wanted to show you right from the box of what it usually looks like. Like I said, it's made by Starmark, and basically it just wobbles back and forth. So what you do, just take this little protective coating off. Instead of just throwing the food in a food dish, it has a chamber right here. All right, it's going to blow away on me. Go ahead and blow away, I don't care. And it has a chamber on the inside. I'm not sure if you can see that. All right, now I can adjust it, so I can take and adjust the opening of the hole. Now, for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to leave everything wide open. So I can adjust this chamber here of where the food, how far it comes in or how fast it goes in here. And I can also adjust this chamber on the side by just opening and closing this little hatch. So I'll close it right now, and then nothing will come out. So actually, if you really wanted to mess with the dog, put the food in here and you close it, and they're bobbing and bobbing and bobbing, they can't get anything out. That would frustrate them pretty good. Eventually they'd probably chew this to pieces. Quite lucky to find that a lot of dogs don't sit there and chew at this product. Hard plastic, kind of like a Nylabone. You know, when a Nylabone is fresh, new out of the package, dogs don't like to chew it in the beginning until you scuff it up. So once this does, if there is dogs that do like to gnaw on a little bit, once it gets scuffed up, then if you're allowing your dog to sit there and chew on it, then they're obviously going to chew at it if they're chewers. But when they're busy working for meals, they don't. So what I'm going to do is open this chamber up wide open. I'm going to open this up. And here's the cool thing. It's got a little opening here for putting the food in. But what I do is I pre-fill the whole thing. All right, so I have 3 cups here of dog kibble, just regular dog kibble. The food that I'm feeding right now is from. So instead of shoving my finger over the hole, I'm going to close that door, and I'm just going to fill this up. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 cups, see how much this will hold. Pretty sure it's the 3 cups. So what I do is I put it in there and let it drop down into the chamber. Now there's also little other chambers in here, so the dog has to wobble it back and forth. I think this is great. It's actually quite fun to watch puppies, especially, working at this in a room, and it won't roll away and they're not all over the place. You like it, don't you? Huh? You hear the food? I'll use you as my demonstration matrix. Notice when I start pouring the food, all of the dogs start to come around. Yeah, you like this, don't you? All right, so there's pretty much 3 cups, minus a couple of pieces that I spilled on the ground, but my little vacuum cleaners are fixing that now for me. So now what I'm gonna do, that's 3 cups, that's full, that whole thing is filled right up, okay? Right to the top. And now, screw that on, brand new. And what happens is, I'm gonna carry it over, open this little, there, look, another piece free. Open this little hatch, and they're gonna bob it around, bob it around, bob it around. And pieces of kibble, as they work it, start to fall out. And it's not that easy, okay? You do have to bob it around. Put this back in here. Maybe clean the table off. You're my little vacuum cleaner there, Taya. Were you swimming at the beach? All right, let's go watch how this works. So there's basically how your dog can work for the meals. You could have, if you have 2 or 3 dogs, you could have 2 or 3 of those all over. Often I'll just throw the food out in the lawn, just like feeding a bunch of chickens. This is actually really good for inside the kennel. Keep them occupied, so they're not bored, they're not barking. Helps good with positive reinforcement, positive associations in the kennels. And like I said, they got to work for it. Right there is a dog that's active, working for their meals. I give this toy thumbs up. I highly recommend the Bubble-Lot. If this is a product that you're interested in, I can make that quite easy for you. All you got to do is go to the description box below this video, or click the link either to the side or below this video, and that will actually take you to a shopping cart, and we can actually get it shipped out to you right away. Hopefully you found this of value, and I'll see you in another video.